Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Maria O'Brien, and I will be your host today as we come together to celebrate the launch of our Building Sustainable Minds volunteer program, delivered by Mindwise Project, a local mental health nonprofit and MHPSS partner, and Google Women Techmakers, the diversity and inclusion brand of Google. I myself am both a director of Mindwise Project and an ambassador for Google Women Techmakers. And through my roles, I have had the privilege of working with a wide range of experts in mental health and diversity and inclusion. This program gave us the unique opportunity to bring all of these experts together to help us equip future leaders with powerful knowledge and experience that will impact their inner worlds and the inner worlds of our local and regional communities. With no further ado, I am going to start today's agenda by welcoming Arnaldo James, who is the Director and Chief Operations Officer of Mindwise Project. Please take the floor, Arnaldo.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for that, Maria. So yes, I'm Arnaldo James. I'm the Chief Operations. I'm Chief of Operations at Mindwise Project, and I'm excited. I want to offer everybody a heartfelt welcome to all of the volunteers and to organizational partners. This is a long time in the coming. We've been working towards welcoming volunteers for a while, and we're very happy about the assistance that the University of the West Indies has been able to lend to this. And so let me get right into it. So our organization, in case you may be unaware, is kind of like core-led by myself, Maria O'Brien, Stacey Camacho, Elise Marcelin, and Rhonda Chansu. And we've had a myriad of people who have supported us throughout this. And two people I want to bring up as well are Alyssa Khan and Samantha Snaggs. They've been working tirelessly behind the scenes to just get things in order. So Mindwise Project, if anyone is unfamiliar with its mission, improves access to trusted mental health resources here in Trinidad and Tobago. And we've actually been crafting, with the support of another organizational partner, the SVL Consultants, or Revised Vision. And where we're at right now is we envision a world where people have healthy relationships with themselves and with others. So that's us in a nutshell, right? The background for the organization, because I'm here just to kind of like give you a kind of like four vision. It's like where we come from and kind of like where we're heading. So the background for this was really, we started, I think the organization, that's like Maria, Stacey, and Rhonda started off with this idea that maybe some of the challenges that we're seeing in society around mental health is from like a lack of mental health care practitioners in Trinidad and Tobago. And pretty early on, before even incorporating the organization, through doing research, kind of exploring the hypothesis, they arrived that that's not the issue. So the problem that was identified through the research that those founders did was access. And so that became our mission, to support that. And that manifests in a number of ways, barriers. These barriers that look like hotlines that may not function at times, website information that may go down. But also what we've developed over the course of time is this digital support mechanism that has come in timely for the COVID-19 crisis. So that I hope gives you like a sense of like where we came from, kind of like how we found our footing in a way, and where we're at now in the direction that we're heading in. I just want to talk a bit about expectations, because I guess this is my first opportunity to kind of directly address the volunteers who are coming in. And so, I just want to quickly talk about expectations of us. And one of the things that we hope as an organization is to be very compassionate and understanding. We know that we're working through a pandemic. There's no way of avoiding that reality. And so we just want to say that if you're having challenges, and we ourselves, I'm pretty certain between Maria, myself, and the others, we're pretty open about how things change. And a lot has changed for us in the development of this organization. And over the next couple of weeks and this semester where you'll be volunteering with us, we know you may be going through things, both in the positive and maybe not so much as well. And we just want an open communication. So at its core, that's our expectation, this open, respectful communication with each other so that we can navigate this journey as best as we can. I want to express some gratitude to all of you for answering this call, for showing up today and having, submitted your names and ideas. Some of you all have been engaging with Maria. I think she's been your primary contact, but I'm sure I've been in dialogue with other persons at the university department as well. I hope that, yes, I want to thank you. I also want to thank, of course, University West Indies for investing in the infrastructure for volunteerism. Volunteerism is something that many of us in Mindwise have been involved with for years. I think all of us started off as teenage volunteers, if I'm not mistaken, when we were in secondary school ourselves, and now many unnamed years later, unnumbered years later, we're still in volunteerism. And yeah, we hope to be a healthy and fruitful part of your own journey in your careers. And also, of course, additional partners. There's so many people that we've reached out to, and so many other organizations are part of this, including Women Techmakers. I don't want to leave out any names, so I'm just going to stop short right there. I am sitting throughout the rest of the proceedings, the other organizations, because there's so many brilliant people who we've just been elated to have a part of this. One note I would like to add is hopefully everyone, I know everyone may not have, but if everyone has a camera on their device, if at some point during this, either at the end or wherever is suited, I'm sure our moderator Maria can handle this, we can turn on our cameras and do a group photo. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for signing up. I'm looking forward. I may not work with all of you, but I may work with some of you, but anyone can reach me. My email address is arnaldo@mindwisect.org. And yeah, I'm looking forward to where this all goes and the rest of this evening's session. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Arnaldo. That was awesome, as usual, Arnaldo. I'm so proud to be working alongside both you, Rhonda, and the rest of our board, Stacey Camacho and Elise Marcela. And I know I speak on behalf of everyone when, we are, just like Arnaldo said, we're very proud to welcome all of you volunteers here today. So I'm going to go straight into our next speaker, who is Caitlin Morrissey, is a program manager on the Women Techmakers global team at Google, where she has worked for the past 8 years. She's currently the lead of the ambassador program globally, focusing her energy around building innovative learning initiatives and producing events that help empower women in tech to join, lead, and thrive in the industry. Caitlin couldn't be here today, but she did record a special message for all of you volunteers in this program. So I'm going to go ahead and share that message now.
Hi everyone, my name is Caitlin Morrissey and I work at Google as a global program manager on the Women Techmakers program, and I'm so honored to be with you all today. I'd love to start by giving a little bit of background on the Women Techmakers program. The mission of our program is to help build a world where all women can thrive in tech. And we focus on fulfilling this mission through our 3 key pillars: resources, visibility, and community. As a program, we want to ensure that women all around the world have access to resources that can help them grow their skills so that they can excel their careers and also help and educate others. We also want to give visibility to all the incredible women in the industry, to showcase their impactful technologies, to show their leadership and their vision. We want to help to change the face of the tech industry to include all kinds of people so that everyone, regardless of their gender, their race, or their background, can see themselves reflected in the industry. Technology has the power to change lives, to revolutionize the way that we do things, and to create a positive and lasting impact that can be felt around the world. And we know that if we can bring in more diverse and inclusive voices into this work, there will be better outcomes for everyone. And finally, we want to bring communities together to learn, to connect, and to create. Change does not happen in a silo. It's the product of people coming together, of having conversations and sharing perspectives and collaborating. There is so much power in coming together as a community. We see that firsthand with Women Techmakers, because over the years we've had hundreds of thousands of people around the world join in on our programs and our events to celebrate, to learn, and to really feel like they're a part of something bigger. I think it is so important to recognize just how important community is, especially in light of the past year and a half that we've all been living through. The devastation of the COVID pandemic, the natural disasters we're seeing, the humanitarian crises. We've been confronted with daily feelings of fear, of isolation and loneliness, and of constant anxiety, which has definitely taken a toll on all of our mental health. To say that the last year and a half has been a challenge to my own mental health would definitely be an understatement. We are living through so many different anxiety-producing events. I'm here in San Francisco, California, where fires have been ravaging up and down our entire state. And I know that for me, it's been especially important to take care of my mental well-being during these times. And that is definitely much easier said than done, but I really feel that one of the great resources we do have is the power of our community. My strong social network and connections have been a lifeline throughout this pandemic. Having that close circle of friends and family that I can turn to when things have just gotten way too overwhelming has really helped me through some of the darker times. They've really helped me to reflect and see some of the positive things that have come out of this experience. The ability to slow down, to spend more time recharging, and to really recognize what are those really important things in my life. Gratitude, especially during challenging times, has definitely helped me to maintain a hopeful outlook on it all. Even if it's just for those really small things, a beautiful blue sky, a colorful flower that you might see on a walk, your morning cup of coffee. There are so many things that we can do to be kind to ourselves and to protect our well-being. And through it all, it is also so important to bring a compassionate attitude. The things that we are all going through and encountering are really hard, and it has been a lot. But I feel so inspired to know that you are all coming together to form your own community to tackle some of the most important and challenging issues our world is currently dealing with. Definitely take advantage of this time of connecting with like-minded folks, even when it is virtual, and know that the steps that you take today through this program can truly have lasting effects for all of us. The power and the opportunities you have are truly endless. Thank you so much. Thank you to Maria for giving me an opportunity to be with you all today. Have a fabulous rest of your experience today, and best of luck with everything. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you to Caitlin, who isn't here, but will be watching this in post. Caitlin has been extremely supportive of our local and regional diversity initiatives. So thank you, Caitlin. I'm now going to introduce our country organizer for Google Developer Groups, who is our partner, diversity partner at Google Women Techmakers. His name is Nicholas Mendez. And Nicholas, go ahead, take the stage.
Hi, thank you, Maria. Hi, everyone. As Maria said, I'm Nicholas Mendez, and I'm just one of the organizers of GDG Port of Spain. GDG stands for Google Developer Groups. So just like Women Techmakers, GDG is just one of the various community programs that Google runs within the region. GDG Port of Spain is a local community of passionate tech makers and tech enthusiasts building the technology revolution of tomorrow. As Maria also plays a crucial role as organizer in GDG Port of Spain, it's only fair that we retain the favor and lend our support for WTM's various activities. Today, I would like to thank and congratulate Maria, Mindwise, TT, Women Techmakers, Trinidad, and the various partners for yet another stellar initiative for profound social change and impact. And to the 2021 volunteer cohort, I wish you all the best as you undertake your various groundbreaking projects for building sustainable miles. Thank you, Maria, and I'll hand things over to you.
Wow, that was so great. Thank you so much, Nicholas. And now we're going to go right on to Ms. Kathy Ann Lewis. Kathy Ann Lewis is the manager of the Careers Co-Curricular and Community Engagement Division of Student Services and Development of the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine. Kathy Ann, please take the floor.
Thank you so much, Maria. Welcome to everyone. And on behalf of the university, we really want to thank Mindwise for this awesome initiative. As Arnaldo said, it's been a while in the making, and I want to thank the students for holding on and holding out. It says a lot about you. It speaks to your passion and your willingness to serve. And I want to commend you for taking this opportunity to learn, to grow, to develop, to give back, and to change the world in which you live. Just for some context, the UE Community Engagement and Service Learning section is more than just volunteering. It aids in molding you as active citizens who are civically aware, morally grounded, and it's built on the spirit of reciprocity. And this is done through participation in various community development and advancement activities and projects. The term community engagement in our context describes collaboration between the University of the West Indies and the larger community. That is our local community, our regional community, our national and global communities. And this for the mutually beneficial exchange of knowledge and resources in a context of partnership and reciprocity. At the UE, this is an umbrella term that incorporates three distinct but interconnected areas: community service, service learning, and community-based research. Becoming involved in communities presents opportunities for the university to partner in finding solutions which impact our communities. We say this because if we look around, the effects of climate change, the current global pandemic, and the moves to creating more sustainable alternatives for energy consumption, for example, are global issues requiring global solutions, but which affect us locally. So students, leaders, you are now part of that solution. Creating sustainable communities for people of all ages require active involvement by leaders of all ages. This includes you. Community engagement and volunteerism has become essential to addressing, for example, smoking cessation, obesity, cancer awareness, natural disasters such as the recent hurricane in St. Vincent and the earthquake very recently in Haiti. And of course, for all of us, mental health and well-being. Private citizens, community leaders, health professionals, researchers, and you, our students, will work together to make the changes that will allow individuals to thrive and be their best possible self. This partnership with Mindwise, the Building Sustainable Minds volunteer program, provides opportunity for you, our students, to be a part of a community of mental health advocates who design and implement data-driven actions to benefit their community. To become mental health innovators who are empowered to create and curate their own content, but also to support the national framework of mental health action. To support the Global Goals 2030 by expanding to and including youth in program design and growth. To reduce the rate of youth suicide through knowledge, sharing, awareness, and training. Students, these are not just words. These are the actual goals of the Mindwise program of which you are now part. So on behalf of the university, thank you, Mindwise, and thank you, our students, for taking up this opportunity and making this collaboration possible. It really could not happen if you did not give your yes. So we want you to go forth and let your light shine. And we want you to remember that that light may be the only star to guide someone to live authentically and in turn change their world, the worlds of those around them, and the world in which we live. On behalf of the university, congratulations and thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Ms. Lewis. That was so powerful. Just like the first time we met you, it was such an amazing introduction to the work that you guys are doing in your division. So thank you for your leadership and thank you for being here with us today.
You're so welcome.
Now I am going to go straight into introducing all of those who are here. Now I've spoken to most of you. Those of you who I haven't spoken with, you will be spoken with soon. Introducing the projects that you're all going to be working on together. And before we dive into the individual projects, I kind of thought of this in the process of getting ready for today, that it really is sort of like a AAA pillars for innovation. The first, of course, being awareness. Awareness of Caribbean and local mental health stories, interventions, and impact. These are the 3 A's that we're going to be working on together. Accessibility, increasing accessibility to mental health services, resources, and tools. And accuracy. Accuracy in producing verified and validated information to the public, and data that helps tell our local and regional mental health story, with the purpose of increasing trust and engagement in mental health services and mental health tools. The first project that I'm going to introduce you to, that we've already spoken to you all about, is the Sustainable Minds Journalism Project. And the platform that we're going to be working on together is going to be called the Mindwise Report. Students will work on a digital journalism project covering stories about mental health, the mental health industry, and regional innovation projects that will tell the story of Caribbean mental health and MHPSS response and interventions. And the focal points of this particular project is digital storytelling. Students will be trained in how to do this, digital reporting, digital storytelling, with the goal of shaping stories that increase trust and awareness. The second platform that we're going to be working on is a suicide prevention and visualization platform. Students will work together to research and implement a suicide prevention platform of resources, tools, prevention training, and data visualization on local suicide rates and statistics to benefit the community. The focal point of this particular project is content curation and data visualization exercises. The third project is our findcareTT.com support project, which actually has two parts. The first part is resource curation. Students will work together to curate listings of MHPSS crisis and emergency service providers and digital resources and tools to support our local community. The curated listings of MHPSS service providers will then be submitted to the technical working group of the Mental Health and Psychosocial Support Network of Trinidad and Tobago for their approval. The focal activities of this team will be gap identification and content curation. The findcareTT.com accessibility and impact study, where students will work together to evaluate and study the accessibility of Mindwise platforms, which is findcareTT.com right now, but also as we increase out the platforms that we'll be working on, to the public, in particular the blind and persons with disabilities, with the goal of producing a study that will support the growth and development of these platforms and others like it in our region. The focal point of this project will be accessibility and resource evaluation, which is a very important part if innovations are to grow. Our social media and community outreach teams have a very special job. Students will create targeted campaigns connecting the public to key resources and services and messaging to reduce the stigma of mental health and mental health treatment, which we know is very strong in our local community. The focal point of their activities will be community engagement and community education. Then we have our amazing grant writing and fundraising teams. These teams are very important in order to support the sustainability of all of the initiatives that we're working on together. Students will work together to implement fundraising initiatives to support the growth of the innovation platforms that are being developed in this project. We do hope that they will find great learning, as we will as well, as we explore opportunities together. The focal point of their activities will be funding research and community engagement and communication. I am very proud of not only the volunteers who have come together to be part of these projects, but also of the training that's going to be made available to them. We have put together a series of trainings that would not only equip these volunteers with modern workplace skills, but also personal life skills that will help benefit their inner worlds and the inner worlds of those around them. Volunteers will also be trained in good mental health practices, suicide prevention, anger management, stress reduction, coordinating, strategizing and programming, gender-based violence, online safety for vulnerable populations, diversity, equity and inclusion, mindfulness strategies and meditation, caretaker burnout prevention training, addiction awareness and prevention, data analysis and visualization, information curation and design, an introduction to the national framework from MHPSS delivery, creative production, and virtual event planning and design. There are so many things that we would love to share with all of you, but we believe that these trainings, which are really being offered to you to help improve your lives, and speaking to the volunteers right now, we really would like to encourage you to take part in all of these trainings. We are going to be recording them. So if you can't make it on the training day, you will be able to access it afterwards. That being said, I'm going to go into our next featured address. I want to thank you before moving on, each of you who have agreed to work on your individual projects. I have had such enlightening discussions with each volunteer that I have spoken to thus far. You inspire me to do what I am doing, and you inspire us at Mindwise to continue our work into the future. I want to close my section by saying something that I heard at a youth forum about 3 or 4 years ago. And the term is nothing for us without us. What this means for youth leadership is that we believe that the future of our initiatives lies in the hands of young people, that policy and the world that is being designed and governed for you should not be planned without your inclusion. Young people play a critical role in the future that awaits them. As Mindwise continues to work with our partners, we know that these young people need to play a critical role as well in the solutions that are being designed for their futures and for our country's futures. We hope to identify as well those of you who might be willing to continue on with us after this experience. Now I'm going to move on to our next featured address by the amazing Akeisha Benjamin, who I had the great privilege of meeting through our MHPSS coordinating group. And we really did connect in a way that is very special. Akeisha is a program officer of the Trinidad and Tobago Red Cross. Akeisha, will you please go ahead, take the stage?
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Maria. Well, after an introduction like that, what else is there for me to say? Wow, thank you so much for that introduction. And again, congratulations on your launch today and in taking your initiative forward with Mindwise and this project. I am super excited with you and for you in that regard. A special good afternoon to everyone. And congratulations in order for being a part of this project. When Maria asked me to do this, I was just like, okay, I don't know what to say, just say hi and hello to everyone. And then it's like, oh, you'll be there for 10 minutes. Okay, So to me, mental health is one of those areas that exist, but yet it's taboo at the same time. As persons have always equated mental health to in situations as being crazy or something is wrong with you. And the solutions normally they would come up with is to keep it silent, to bury it. We can all think back in our private space, in our private lives of someone that we've known or interacted with at some point, maybe a cousin, an aunt, an uncle, an elderly person in our community, who've always been described as not being too right in their head. And there's a lot of stigma that comes along with mental health, thus further driving it underground. But this is by no means to say that people are not suffering in silence. Mental health has come a very long way from when it first started, by persons finally beginning to understand it's not a look or a very specific mannerism. It's an overwhelming feeling of your heart, your body, and your mind. And it's okay to talk about it with those who are trusted, and it's also okay to seek help. This pandemic, more than ever, has placed mental health and all its dependencies into the national spotlight. This is by no means to say that we were all living this great utopia of our life before the pandemic came, which I'm sure it's not true. But this pandemic has just clearly shown us that there are persons who may not have the mechanisms in place to presently deal with the amount that is coming towards them at this point in time. So more than ever, your role as volunteers and the spirit of volunteerism is extremely important. As persons have been reaching out for assistance in coping, assistance in answering questions, and most importantly, you may have a role that is going to require you to answer the question, the am I going to be okay conversation. And that's something that you need to probably think about as you go into your role as volunteer. As volunteers, you're going to bridge the gap between assisting in answering some of those questions, as well as finding the resources for persons who can answer those questions. So I hope you understand the power that you hold. I know that Mindwise and Maria are very tech and they're into this whole global technological stage. So I'm actually going to give you some homework because I did some research myself. So if you really want to see the impact of volunteer and volunteerism, you're free to Google it. So I Googled Coca-Cola yesterday, and I got 336 million results for Coca-Cola. So for those of us who are sports fans, I Googled Messi the footballer, and it had 356 million results. And in the same vein, I Googled the word itself, volunteer, and I got 662 million results off of that one word. So that alone should tell you the power of volunteerism. I want you to know that one idea or one person can spark a change. And trust me, I should know. I work in an organization that was founded by one man with an idea to change the world. He saw war, he saw what was happening, and he decided that he was going to make a change. And hundreds of years later, Red Cross and Red Crescent societies in 190 countries, we have millions of volunteers around the world, and we work with the same vision in mind. We believe in the power of humanity, we believe in the power of volunteerism, and we believe in helping those in need. There are so many ways that you can volunteer your time to support mental health. So not only volunteering to help others, but you hope you know volunteering is also a way to boost your mental health. Because research has shown that when you help other people, the reward center of your brain is actually kickstarted. You get a rush of endorphins, you feel better, you feel happier, you get that whole happy feeling. Volunteerism and acts of kindness can also decrease stress, increase your self-esteem, and can add meaning to your life. So I would end by saying, I hope you jump in very bravely. Thank you for volunteering your time and your expertise and Mindwise for this great initiative. I am sure it will be rewarding to you, an experience to you, and I wish you well. Thank you.
Thank you, Akisha. And we actually have a few other MHPSS partners here today. I want to welcome Anthony, Ganes, and Zita, Emmanuel. And if I'm missing anyone, please forgive me. We have quite a long list here, but Anthony and Zita are also MHPSS partners that have brought great inspiration to us here at Mindwise, and we're so happy that they're here with us to share in this moment today. I'm going to move on to our next speaker, who is Roshana Ramdas. She is the founder of the Not on My Watch project, which is currently being executed online and virtually, as well as she's one of our team leads for our current volunteer project. Other team leads, also welcome to you guys. I know that we didn't have a special section for team leads, but the organization leads that have come together, we are very proud to have you working with us as well. So take the floor, Roshana. Roshana is going to be delivering the vote of thanks.
Thank you so much. So good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Careers, Co-Curricular and Community Engagement Department of the UWI St. Augustine campus, I would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to Ms. Maria O'Brien and Mr. Arnaldo James from the Mindwise project for making this event possible today, and to the esteemed speakers for their amazing contributions this evening. Thank you, Mindwise, for giving us the students this opportunity to be a part of this much needed initiative that will assist us greatly in our mental health advocacy while attaining the skills for personal and professional growth and development. So thank you once again, and thank you everyone for taking the time to be here this evening.
Wow, thank you so much, Roshana. And I thought something quick we can do before we leave here today. We're actually like 3 minutes 3 minutes before time, which is great. I think that's a sign of a good event when you end. Yes. I would love if everyone in the chat, we're going to do a little exercise right now, can just list one issue that you believe, whether it be one word or, one word would be great, one issue or one mental health issue that you believe needs to be addressed urgently. Let's see what we get in the chat. Anxiety, yes. Here, as a reason why we're doing this exercise is really us just acknowledging what we're going through as a community, so isolation, depression, PTSD, suicide, trauma, body dysmorphia. That is a huge issue that has come out of the COVID-19 pandemic. Men's mental health, rejection. Just what we're doing right now is exactly what this entire project is about. We are coming together, bringing our experiences to form solutions, design solutions, together with trainings as well as interactions. So we're asking you guys to do exactly what we're doing right now. Bipolar disorder is a huge, huge topic. Stigma reduction. This is the exercise of this entire project multiplied by 1,000. Greater access to mental health support. We really do believe that this type of work will not only greatly impact our region and our local community, but it will greatly impact you. Zita comes with self-care. Self-care is huge. As Arnaldo mentioned earlier, and I'm just going to take this moment just to tell everyone, we do really lead you compassionately. If you have any issues, if you have any concerns, please come to us. We have an open door policy or virtual open door policy. So call us or message us. You will be receiving your volunteer packages this week, and we will be hosting a volunteer orientation for all of the students on Saturday. So look out for your invitations for that. Thank you everyone for joining us today. This was an amazing event. And thank you to everyone who just spoke up inside of the chat. That's really great. That's exactly what we're going to be doing together.
Maria.
Yes.
This is Arnaldo.
Yes.
I was hoping we could get a group shot.
Oh yes, I forgot.
That again.
Guys, so if you can't make Saturday's orientation, we will record it for you. So every meeting is going to be recorded. We know students have limitations. So anything that you missed will be made available for you guys. Thank you, Ambika, for that great question. So to fulfill Arnaldo's request, which is really a great request, if everyone could turn on their video cameras.